Yeah, it's not coming in yet.
Hello, everybody. I think it should have been there. Is it there yet? Oh my goodness, we
I
are
got it.
having. I have exciting news, right? I have exciting news, and that is our guest for tonight. Um, will be here next week. Her name is, as many of you saw in our promotion of her, her name is Sarah Herring. She is an amazing personality, and right now she travels around the United States as a motivational speaker, but also as a community advocate. And what she advocates for is women, especially young women and girls, who have had very tumultuous pasts, those who have come through sexual and physical abuse, violence, really at risk home environments. And as a professional stylist for celebrities and others, she has worked with these young women to help them with the image that they portray to the world. It's a beautiful project that helps people reimagine what they can look like and help them plan for that. Well, she has been recognized by a lot of organizations and a lot of state governments. And today she was called to Jackson, the capital of Mississippi, and she is meeting with the senator's office there about her programs and about what she can do. And they were very excited and brought in other people. And she texted literally 15 minutes ago and said, Tanya, I just don't do this, but I can't be there. This is like the future of a lot of girls. So I have to, we are resilient, right, Vivi?
Absolutely.
We have
Welcome, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We're
uh,
going to roll with it.
yeah, we're gonna roll with it because that's who we are. So,
Mhm.
it's funny. We'll change the name of this and we'll put it up on our YouTube. And I really want to remind everyone that we have a YouTube site and it's called
Mhm.
Muscadine Global Channel. And actually, we have been getting 30, 50 views here and there, which is like, whoa, because we don't really promote it via that space. We're more on Spotify and others, but it is exciting that you're going back there. There's more than just the podcast there. There's wonderful little 4 to 5 minute videos on the top benefits of muscadine grape for your health. And there are some other presentations. So please, when you get a chance to go and you're on YouTube, we'd love for you to subscribe to us. Vivi, do we have the presentation?
We have the presentation. I'm just worried it's not going to be projected in presentation mode, but I'm working on it. So we might just go slide by slide.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So
Okay.
what we decided to do, and I don't see if there's anyone on yet, but I see that we have viewers. They're just not talking to us. We would love for you to save our butts and be interested and ask questions, especially those that are really kind of very deeply into the IQMK experience. And what does that mean? It really means to be committed to helping people to better health while bringing more freedom into your own life. I do a lot of speaking myself, and in the spur of the moment, when we were told we weren't going to have what we thought we were going to have with Sarah, I pulled up my latest presentation, and Vivi and I are going to do it together. And it is a presentation that really comes from the heart. It's not a sales presentation. It's not, hey, this is how muscadine really benefits you. It really is about why would you consider an enterprise in your life such as Must Natural, such as IQMK Global. So, Vivi, do you have it ready to go?
Hold on one. It's not. I don't know why this is happening.
Oh,
So
thank God for Agnes. Hearty greetings. Thanks for the support.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me try this again. I don't know why this is not.
We have a lot of people. Well, then I'm going to tell them all again. Alba came on, Leanne came on. Sarah Herring is the most amazing character and personality. She is not just a stylist to celebrities, and helping them project the image of success that they want. But she and her husband started a foundation, especially for young women who have gone through very, very traumatic lives, whether it's sexual abuse, violence in the home, addiction issues. And she helps them as she helps celebrities learn how to project the image of what they want in the world to the world. She's been getting a lot of acknowledgement for this. And on top of that, she is battling breast cancer. So
Mm,
today she was invited to the capital of Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, to speak with the state government and to be a representative of a senator. And she texted literally 5 to 10 minutes before we went on live and said, Tanya, I can't get out of this. And I know she's, really, really, really not happy about that. So her apologies to you. She will be on next week. I know Leanne and I are going to be in Elba, are going to be in Asheville. So we're going to have to probably watch it, and Vivi will handle it. A great, great, great presentation we'll have. So we decided that we are going tonight to make use of a presentation that we just built called A Better Future for You, built on better health, which really talks about essentially why anybody would want to do this enterprise as a part of the way they live their life. And I'm going to share this with Viviana because she'll be adapting this PowerPoint for herself as well. So thank you for staying with us. And I don't have anything as wonderful to wear as that picture of Sarah that we promoted. And we have so many people coming on saying, where's Sarah? I'm so sorry. I'm going to say it again. Can you do me a favor, Vivi, and just type it in there that truly Sarah Herring is with the state Senate in Jackson, Mississippi, working on her impact experience project and could not get out in time. So she will be with us next week and it will be vital and wonderful. But let's get to this. And while Vivi's typing that, I'm going to just start and we'll just kind of trade off different slides. I put this slide up because so many people, as most of you know, I have 35 years experience in really what you would call traditional healthcare, allopathic. I was a VP in a hospital system. I had a consulting group. I forged a hospital network in women's health. I have spoken, with so much gratitude to thousands of women on survivorship. And, when I began to talk to people about Must Natural and a product that was both retail and MLM, they're saying, Tanya, you make a lot of money in the other world that you're in. Why are you doing this? And I think all of us have a different reason. And I titled this page My Backstory, because people will tell you, hey, what is your backstory? How did you arrive here? And mine is quite literal, guys. And it kind of bears a moment repeating here for people that don't know. And there's lots of people coming on. Thank you very much. I was very physically challenged. I had a disc that was pushed under all of my other discs. It was my very last one of my spine, and it was right up against the spinal cord, causing literally excruciating, sharp shooting pain. And I couldn't lift a pot off the stove. It took me 20 minutes or so to actually get up in the morning and move around. That's hard to do when you have a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old and dogs to walk. And it really was, it over the course of a year got progressively worse. I also found myself so fatigued that I couldn't get out of bed, and I was able to finally get health insurance and went in February to a 12.8 A1C as a type 2 diabetic. So my world crashed, just crashed. And I got a phone call from Joaquin Kino McWhinney from the legendary reggae band Big Mountain. And he wanted me to help him with his comeback tour. And I said, I can't even get to the bathroom in the morning. And he said, well, I couldn't either. I had colitis. I had, eczema. It was horrible. But I found, you're going to think I'm weird, but I eat this grape seed, and it's really helped everyone around me. And I was rolling my eyes, but I was 4 weeks away from surgery. They wouldn't let me, my back, they wouldn't let me do anything. I couldn't even do physical therapy or massage because they were afraid that the vertebrae would cut my spinal cord. It was that sharp and that, bitterly positioned. So I said, well, what can it hurt? I'm going to have surgery in a month. I'm sorry, Kino, I can't help you, but send it. So I think he must have called Mike, because in 2 days I had a box. And I actually went to a GNC and bought a $40 bottle. And started taking it because I needed to see if there was anything there. 3 weeks, actually 21 days, because I'm pretty scientific about what I put in my body and what effect it has. Day 21 was the day I woke up and somehow magically ended up in the bathroom without having to get up and use a cane and stretch out my lower back and do yoga poses and sun salutations and everything else to get that. Wow, it's hard to even think about how hard that was. But that day, the pain was resolved. Now, I had noticed in a week prior that it would go away for pieces of time throughout the day. And I said to myself, oh, you know what? That's just the natural thing. I'm healing by myself. It has nothing to do with Must Natural. And that morning, however, and that day, I said, oh, this can't be. This can't be. I decided, in my usual cynical nature, I let it go. I went and saw the surgeon, who took an x-ray and said, Tanya, I'm not touching your back. The inflammation's gone. Are you taking too many ibuprofen? I said, man, I don't think I've really done it. I've been taking Muscadine. He said, I don't know what you're taking, but I'm not going to touch your back. So, 4 to 6 months, you're going to be in recovery. So I said, wow, I let it go. And then I said, I have to experiment. I stopped taking it on about the 4th day that I stopped taking my 6 pills a day. I had sciatica, and I had sciatica for 48 hours. I went back on the Must Natural, and the rest is history, guys. I have hair where I was losing hair, and I have better skin than I've had since my 30s. I have energy. I have confidence. But more importantly, guys, my A1C 8 months in is 6.2. So that's my backstory. It's a long one, but I wanted to capture it in this video format because it is the foundation of my success. I am doing this because this product changed my life. It built my health back, and I want that for other people. And it is beginning to earn me money by really having fun. And the last 3 years of clients, except for you, Leanne, has not been that much fun at all because of the pandemic, because of the state of healthcare. And I feel like this is the future. So that's my backstory. And ViVi, I'm going to let you take the next couple of slides. It's your practice time.
Okay, so you might have to help me here because but one thing I wanted to add that came to mind when you were speaking is yesterday I was on the Mexico team call, and, you know, kind of going back to everyone's why. And one of our eye partners in Mexico, actually she's in Puerto Rico right now, but she joins in the call on Tuesdays, and she's part of the team. She said, this is something that I have found, and I can't be selfish. I can't keep this great news to myself. I can't keep what I have found to myself. And it really stood out to me because it's so true. And we talk about many times how this is really not about, you know, selling per se, but it is about sharing their why. And their why is completely tied to how her health has bettered, you know, and has improved to the point where she's like, I can't keep this to myself. I have to share it. And that really came to mind right now when you know you're talking about your why. It's changed your life. And so I think it's close to most of our whys, and it propels us forward. So I wanted to just share that.
Okay.
So let's see. So let's get started. So why do you want to get into business by yourself or for yourself? Look at me. It is Wednesday, right? For ourselves. This is a times I think of opportunity. And a lot of the folks, um, for example, like myself, I never really saw myself as an entrepreneur per se. But the opportunity has, you know, came our way. And one of the things that we also have been sharing is that there are certain opportunities that just touch you in a way where you know that that's the way that is aligned with you. And I think that, you know, listening to a lot of marketing experts, they talk about when you are connected, when you're passionate about something, you know, it encompasses so many different things. And, you know, looking at yourself as a business person and, you know, but not just that, even just, you know, looking at how that improves your life as a storyteller, right? As someone that is, you know, doing something that is, you know, for a greater good. So it really is one of the things too. And as we're talking about, you know, how do you choose which path to take or what opportunity to take? It really has to be aligned. And IQMK, you know, we have these amazing values that tie some of those whys with, you know, with ourselves, with each one of us. And we have that integrity, right? Starting with Mike, our CEO, who has shown his whole, complete integrity since the beginning. We have an amazing quality product, something, a product that for those of us that, you know, have just discovered it, it's mind blowing because we didn't know about muscadine, right? Musk Natural is, you know, our vehicle, but muscadine and the grapeseed extract and all of the, you know, research behind it and all of the benefits is really what makes this product an amazing healer. And our mindset, right? A lot of the things that we're going to be talking about in our Orlando conference is to shift our mindsets. And those are one of the things that I have been really, you know, just thinking about and trying to focus as I start to move into this new journey of entrepreneurship, of, you know, really looking at also just my health, the path of my health to be changed. And then the knowledge that comes with all of that, right? Just in the last 6 months, I've learned so much about, you know, things that I can do mindfully going to really impact my life in the you know, in the life of my family and my community at large, and then also gain this amazing family, this amazing global family where we keep adding so many like-minded individuals that know about an opportunity, that, you know, are in that, you know, space of changing their health and getting healthy so that they can become wealthy, right, and have that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So those are our core values that we really, really focus on. And it drives a lot of the work that we do, whether we're planning for training and development, whether we're speaking with people and sharing the knowledge, you know, sharing our product and sharing our stories. in our whys as well. So
Can I just very quickly
yes,
interject?
please.
I have an amazing opportunity next week, and I want to recognize Dr. Alba Rodriguez and Leanne Myers, super nurse, who will both be accompanying me for like my comeback tour. I was actually invited by the Carolinas Healthcare and Hospital Public Relations and Marketing Society to deliver their keynote address on Friday of next week. And wow, it's been every bit of 5 years since I stood in front of probably 75 hospitals and their leadership to talk about a vision for healthcare. And IQMK, I am proud to say, we'll have a table there, and we'll have some of the best clinicians and thinkers in Leanne and Alba at that table to share this. But I just want to say, as we look at, is IQMK right for you? I can't stand up there not in full wholeness, not in full integrity. And so I've worked very, very hard on how to talk about my future vision of healthcare that includes the work that I still do with hospitals. I have right now on my plate three of the largest healthcare systems in the United States: Broward Health, Amita Health in Chicago, and Parkland Hospital, that I'm working with to create safer maternity experiences for women of color. I love my work that comes back that way, but it needs to connect with Must Natural. And the way I'm doing it is this way. Everyone is exhausted, guys. If you are in our Must Natural community, you're not exhausted. You take an amazing antioxidant product that helps you become literally more physically and emotionally resilient. But the world out there is angry, unkind, exhausted, confused. And that creates two things: it creates unhealthy people, and it creates an unhealthy delivery system of healthcare in the United States. And Leanne can probably talk about that for hours, which I hope you will get to see her in Orlando talking about some of those things. But I am going to talk about this. There are 4 qualities that the US healthcare system has to embrace in order for us to become a healthy population and a healthcare system that doesn't kill people or overcharge them for medicine that simply does not work. My goodness, the whole COVID didn't work. And there's lots of reasons why. I won't get into that. I mean, we lost hundreds of thousands of people that did not need to be lost. So my 4 things, and it comes to this: is IQMK right for you? Number 1, the healthcare system has to stop focusing on money and focus on the health. IQMK is focused on wellness, not on making money. We will make money. We are making money. But the goal is, first and foremost, make yourself well and make your customers and the people who believe in you and your downline, your community, make sure they're healthy. And that's what US hospitals have to do. They have to be health-centric. The second thing they have to do is they have to change their mindset. They can't be fixing things that aren't broke to begin with. They can't be dividing the body into body parts. One of the most powerful things about antioxidants is they don't say, well, if your heart is bad, go to a cardiologist. If your lungs, go to a pulmonologist. If you have erectile dysfunction, go to a urologist. No, nature is unified, not divisive. And the healthcare system has deliberately cut the body into parts and systems in order to have dominion and increased profits. I'm going to say that, and I believe that at least 75% of the people in the room will agree. And now we need to focus on the mindset that we need as a healthcare system to make it ridiculously easy to prevent disease and to manage it. And I believe things like functional nutrition, our Must Natural, is a key part of our future. The other 2 things are this: hospitals need to make money and they need to pivot, just like I have. We need new models. We need new ways to reach revenues that we've never thought of before. And if hospitals can really change their paradigm and believe that they can be epicenters of wellness in the communities that they serve, and not just lip service, and have functional nutritional programs, yoga programs, to have, oh my goodness, to have childcare that makes money, that I feel confident that my kids are going to be safe and healthy. All the things that hospitals can do that haven't done in the past because they were too busy making money on surgery and high cost diagnostics. It's important that mindset is addressed. And lastly, every focus group I've been a part of in the past couple of years, every person I respect in healthcare, and it goes right to IQMK, is that voice is at the center of healing. Finding your own sense of freedom, that this is your business, that this is your body, that you will be heard by a doctor, that you will be heard by a hospital, and that you will find a community that supports the way you want to heal. So those four things are the underpinnings of my presentation as a national visionary in healthcare. Once again, allowing us ourselves and the people we serve to have a voice, to be listened to. Two, to change the mindset of all of us personally and collectively as a healthcare system, that health is not about getting the cures and getting the surgeries and dividing up our body parts. It's about unifying and prevention. The next, that it is truly, truly, truly a business. And it's okay to be a doctor and want a business, but you have to reimagine what that is. And lastly, health has to be at the center of whatever you do as a hospital or whatever you do as a wellness coach or IQMK distributor. So is IQMK right for you? It is, if you believe in health, if you believe in a product that's a business, if you believe in a retail or network model can set you up for independence, and that you have the time and the effort to rework your mindset, to understand that this is a viable way to help yourself, to help people, and to help your revenues in your own life. Thank you for listening to that. It was practice. Go ahead, Viv.
So you're gonna, jump in at any time you feel free that I leave anything out, T, because we haven't done this officially together. So every job is first and foremost a lifestyle, and we talk a lot about lifestyle on, in our social media, in our platforms, and it demands that we work harder to get ahead, right? In any type of business, small businesses, vocational consulting services, e-commerce. I myself am building a consulting, business as well. And we all have just, so much passion for many different things, but there's a lot of things that come also with that, right? We need to have, like you were saying, the mindset. We need to really have the vision. We really need to have the focus. And so all of those different things are, something that we're all really looking forward. And in these times, there's just also more new opportunities with e-commerce, network building, and, just the opportunity is there. Tanya.
Yes, and I think that one of the things that's important, really, really important to understand, is that there's a lot of hype
Mm-hmm.
around MLM. And, I've gone to MLM organizational meetings for friends in the past, and all they do is they put on screens people with, private jets and beautiful cars and mink furs and beautiful wives. And I just sit there and say, well, that's not even what I want. But if you do want good money, you're going to work hard. So if you want to make the money of a corporate CEO of $300,000 a year, I will tell you, you've got to work like a corporate CEO, 60 hours a week. The difference is on your terms. The difference, it is with people that you like. You create your own energy. And so you work for the income that you want. And if you only want a part-time hustle, like a job at, at a store or a bakery that you love, and you just want to be there a little bit, you're going to draw some of the same similar salaries. So this is a lifestyle choice, but it doesn't mean you're not going to work. And that's what I just signed up. She's already, a distributor, but she's moving into a directorship, and signing up her daughter tonight. And I'm sorry, Vivi, that's why I was a little late, but it was amazing to see this all click. If I work at this 20 hours a week, maybe I can get to what I make at 20 hours a week, 40 hours a week, as a manager at Marshall's, right? And she's absolutely right. It's just when you come in and say, I'm going to be a 7-figure distributor, and you have this idea that, it's just a sideline, you're in for a big, big disappointment. And if you come in thinking that $40,000, a year is going to happen in a month, 2 months, 3 months, then you're not being trained right. It takes some time. But when you keep that steady flow of antioxidants in your blood, and that steady flow of hope in your team and in the people that lead this company, it's going to happen. So that's all I want people to consider.
Yeah, and it's like with anything, right? In the beginning, for a lot of us, it's a learning curve, in shifting mindsets from different ways that we have done things, but we have all the skills, right, that we bring in, and just really maneuvering that. And it's going to take that dedication, and it is going to take that focus. And those are some of the things that I'm going to be speaking about at our conference, that are going to really help us move.
Forward.
There it
Yeah.
is, forward. So the great thing about, just like you mentioned, is that you have that flexibility and freedom, which is one of the things that, with my situation, having a 13-month-old new baby, it's going to be able to fit your lifestyle. And, you're going to be able to pivot, grow. And like you're saying, it's going to take some time, but trusting that process, right? You can put that schedule that you want, have those focused, defined goals that may change in a few months, because you might meet that milestone. You may get there sooner than you thought, or it may take you a little bit longer. But there's going to be things that are going to be motivating you along the way. And that's why it's so important when we talk about the community of support that we have, right? We all have other things in our lives happening. And this opportunity happens to be, one of those things. But we need to also realize that what we give focus to grows. So it does need to happen, in that way. And we have to do that. And we were talking about that yesterday in our Mexico team call, right? We have to have that focus, even if it's that 1 hour where you're going to focus your time in, considering this is the legacy that you want to leave, right? In 6 months, where do you see yourselves? In a year? And my family and I, we're going through that process. We're, sitting down, creating a budget, looking at where do we see ourselves? What do we want for our daughters? My flex is freedom, right? I'm not a very materialistic person. I don't look at a car and say, I want that. I want freedom to take my children to see experiences in the world. I've gone to travel as a poor person, I guess I could say. So I can only imagine how I could travel as a wealthy person. And that's exciting, because I can provide those experiences for my family. I want to retire my mom early. I want to invest so that I can have experiences and flexibility to do those things and not be tied to a 9 to 5. So those are some of the things that, are driven me, and we all have our considerations, right, for the things that we do. Go ahead.
So this is Mike helped me write this, and it was something that this has not been public. One time I did it, but it was mostly for leadership. But with IQM Global, I want to say this. It's almost like this internal mission statement. A better future can be built on a passion for better health. And I really wish hospitals would read that 3 times. You have to have a passion for better health, not for curing disease. It's a different mindset. And you have to have a dedication to team building. And this is our differentiator, guys, with people you actually care about. On the days that I feel unmotivated, let's say that, right? There are days, right? I have, I'm with a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, and both of them can be handfuls. And, people can disappoint you and say they're going to do this and that in IQMK, and they don't. And the world just is out to get you on a certain day. All I have to do is get a text from one of the people on my closest team that says they're feeling the same way, and I just snap the hell right out of it, because I love these people. I care about these people, and it's all for one, one for all. And it lifts me up. If I didn't care about them, I wouldn't take their calls. So it's really, Mike helped me add this. We don't want to build teams just because people say, oh, look, I have $2,000. I want to be a director. I don't need to taste the product. I don't, it's just, I like the whole MLM thing. Mike will discourage you from believing in those people, because what's going to happen is, in the end, if they don't make what they want, or if they make too much, they're going to not be principled, not tied to the business. So I think that's really important. I actually, ViVi, if you give me can you read our passion? I actually brought somebody in to talk a little bit, but read that first, and then
Yes.
go ahead.
I see Agnes joined us in the studio.
Yeah.
Our passion is Must Natural Muscadine, Grapeseed, and Skin nutritional supplements creates positive and long-lasting change in the health and lives of our customers. And we are seeing that in real life. We hear so many testimonials, so many personal stories of how this is changing people's lives. So
And I brought in Agnes Anguito, and she is an advanced nurse practitioner. She is an amazing leader in the Philippines. And in the few short months that I've known her, she's been a personal cheerleader, especially, man, on those days that I'm discouraged. I go online and she's there calling me such nice names and believing in my light. And it's just been, oh my God, I'm working for her. She's like my boss, because she makes me feel valued. And I wanted to bring her on for a few moments to talk about what her legacy is with IQMK, and what her passion is, and how she came to us. We can leave the slideshow up, and add her right there to the stream. I'm gonna pop out, ViVi, and so we have a full face on Agnes, and then we can I'll pop back in a little bit, okay?
welcome,
Good
Agnes.
here in the Philippines. Actually, good night there. But I really thank you. I just finished my Zoom meeting. I think you um, adjust your time and giving me the time to finish my Zoom meeting. And yes, we were talking about the passion as IQMK, mass natural eye partner, we should have the passion. That is why I always follow you. Girls, you are my idol. I love you, both of you. That's why when I see somebody, there's wearing out of the energy, I am there to push you.
Yeah.
Oh, be
And,
energetic all the
and
way. We are
Agnes,
more.
and as soon as you became my Facebook friend, you are my ate. Okay, you are my ate.
Okay, that is why we always inspire people. As mass natural eye partner, we should teach everyone that every IQMK leaders must have the burning desire to lead. They should have the burning desire to share our IQMK product. Because if you don't have that burning desire, you are already lost. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
We always walk our talk. The IQMK, the integrity, the mindset, the quality and the knowledge, we continue to share it so that we continue to share our products with passion and the benefits of that. And of course, we continue to share the opportunities for others so that they can live with the feeling of abundance. We should have the IQMK family should always have an abundance attitude because we continue to really share what we have as given to us by our president and CEO Mike Asgari.
Thank you, Agnes. That's beautiful because it's so true, especially right now with the times that we're living in, right? We don't really think of the abundance that we already have. But again, going back to yesterday, it's in my mind because it's so true. We can hold on to something that we know can benefit someone else, right? We
Yeah,
can't hold on to something good like that.
yeah.
And you're so true. And I just love hearing your voice because I've never heard your voice before. And you talk like you write to us. You're so passionate. I just love that.
And I happen to know that, right now the world is still recovering from all these travel restrictions, and but we have in not so very far future a dream of bringing our entire global family to the Philippines to
Yeah,
celebrate the
yeah.
next level of IQMK. Well, thank you for being there. We're going to run through the rest of this and wrap up. But thank you so much
Thank
for
you, thank
everything.
you,
For
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Agnes.
everything
It's
you
just a great treat to have you.
do. Thanks. All right, Vivi, what do we have next? Right? Okay. I just want to say that people ask me, what, Tanya, is the formula for success? Well, I'm not as successful as I hope to be, even in 6 months. Not making six figures, not making five figures. I've really only been promoting the business as the business for about 6 months, even though I've been taking it for almost 10 months. I'm a slow learner and I'm very cautious of what I put my reputation behind. So I am pushed out the door. I have people in my circle of five that are running circles around my productivity, but I'm there to support them. The young woman that was just here an hour or so ago, she is, 3 levels down from me. But I'm committed to people because they know even less than I know, which is, a lot less. We're all learning together because most of us on my team, anyhow, have been very wary of anything called an MLM. So we
Right.
are changing our mindset to
Mhm.
understand this as true entrepreneurship outside of kind of the Western corporate system. So somebody said to me, what is the formula for success? To me is first you have to take the product. And maybe I took it too long before I started selling. I believed in it right away, but it was 3 months that it literally, I love the metaphor, got into my blood. And that was it. I got it. I said, oh my goodness, this is kind of, an addiction, but it ends up in a healthy place. And then you share it, people to this day. That's how people like Leanne said, 6 months ago, you didn't look like that. 6 months ago, you didn't talk like you talk. What's going on? And, I'm like, well, there's this company, but she's there. Same thing with Alba, a really nationally known neuroscientist researcher. When you look at who we have, if you're listening to this and you can get a visa and you can come to the United States, just being a global company in a pandemic is really a bear. But you need to be at this meeting. I can't believe the level of people I was able to ask to come, and they said, yeah, no problem. We'll be there for your group and you and what you're trying to do. And I don't know. It's going to be like an amusement park of excitement, fun, inspiration, aha moments, tears. I can't even begin to explain. Tomorrow night on www.iqmkzoom.com, 9 p.m. this time, Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, there's going to be a meeting. I unfortunately can't be on it, but there will be a presentation of who's speaking and a little bit about science and why you really should come. Beside it being just the cost of most people spend what we're charging for this 3-day professional symposium in one night of dinner and dancing. So please, please know that you have to share it. And a part of sharing is coming to meetings and talking about your questions, your experiences, your challenges. The next thing you have to do, back. The next thing you have to do is you have to enroll success. You don't enroll people. This is not a business that you enroll people. You enroll success, those who have been successful with their health using this product and those who want to be successful with the business. I do not enroll people. I enroll people's potential. And Mike taught me that. Mike said in the very beginning, I've had ups and downs financially with, some business stuff that didn't work out. And he said, well, I don't like you for you. I like you for all that you are and all that you will be. That's amazing. That's about helping people with their legacy. And then you encourage success, right? You have people. Now, you can't reach everybody, but you try. But you reach the people that reach the people, and you encourage their success. And then you have to continue to build success. You can't just say, okay, those people are going to do all the work. What's the structure? How are you going to actually bring on 5 new directors in a month? How are you going to do that? What's your new market? So you begin to actually think like a business person and come up with a business plan. So take it away, ViVi.
Oops, absolutely. And there's so much science and data behind, muscadine grapeseed or a grapeseed extract. And we really break it down into 3 simple things or 3 main things that are going to really can transform your whole health, right? So the first one is that it is a powerful, powerful antioxidant. It's going to protect your cells from premature aging, repairing cells for reversing disease, and it's going to act as a blood flow enhancer, right? It's going to improve your overall organs because they're getting the blood flow that they need. It's going to increase that oxygen and the energy. And a lot of folks are, when we start taking it, we start really kind of, start to see that we're sleeping better because maybe when we're sleeping our brain and our gut is getting the blood flow that it really needs, and those are key pieces that sometimes we don't know with the quality of food that we're eating. And the last main thing is that it's an anti-inflammatory. And people may not know a lot about, research behind grapeseed extract, but they know about anti-inflammatory issues and what those bring to our health. There's so much information about, what that can cause. Any little inflammation can just, cause you so much pain.
And it's considered now the root of cancer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, with this, powerful nutrients that it has, it's going to reduce that inflammation. It's going to decrease that pain and help our immune system. And that for everyone right now is so important, right? We need to keep our immune system working to the best of its ability so that we can fight off disease. And, with that comes improved mood because, when you're in pain, you're not in the best mood, right? And you're not as resilient because it's all tied to everything. And that's why it's so important, like Mike said, to embrace that. You got to take this. You got to take it. You're going to take it every day, because if you
throughout
take
the day,
3 days, it's not going to work, right? These 3 things are going to work if you do something consistently. And we're all learning that. We're all in that. Yes, sometimes we're off a day because there could be whirlwind days. I've had some this week, and you can plan, but your plan can be turned upside down in a matter of 2 hours, or 10 minutes, right? So all of these things,
resilience.
Yes, it's resilience, and it does absolutely contribute to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and this other snapshot I think is really important. This is just the global business opportunity, and
Mhm.
it's really exciting, just really exciting to learn how to ask to help people, not
Mhm.
to be shy. And there's of course different ways to help people get healthy and wealthy. The one way is they can just be a retail consumer, right? A person is sick, they take this, they continue to take this. They're skeptical. Maybe at some point they'll want to get an inventory and distribute it or not. But the retail customer is an amazing channel of income for you. The next is what, and these are not official titles. This is what I put in my presentation because it's easier for me to talk. I call it the customer plus. You kind of think, wow, you guys are onto something. I'll give you $99. You send me two bottles a month. Now, Mike has it at 3 as a promotion. So it's very, very reasonable. I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to have an extra bottle to share. You know what? I will start building a little team. It's all very tentative. It's not a lot of money to lose. So this is an easy one to get people in and have them and encourage them to get healthy. The next level is that level that I call the business builder. And it can happen within a week or two for some people. Tanya, I need a couple bottles because I need to get some samples out. Or somebody wants to buy this at work. I don't have any. I don't get my. So here's a business builder. And at that point, I generally try to explain to somebody they can be a business builder or they can also start a new business so that they have two binaries. I'm not going to get into that, but two real ways to make money that pay directly to them. So there's this level, which I think is an excellent opportunity for someone to get 10 bottles and to begin accelerating. Then there's this next level, which I call manager. And everybody knows that in the world of corporations, managers aren't strategic necessarily, but they know how to manage a business and build it. So here's a person that wants a nice entrepreneurial chance. They want 20 bottles, 22 bottles of Must Natural. They're thinking that there's a shot at financial independence, and they're hungry, and so they need you to really learn. The last model is that 1999, that $2,000 model. And I find there's a couple reasons. People want lifestyle. They love the product. They love the fact that they get 45 bottles. And sometimes somehow when people say there's an extra bottle snuck in, I mean, that's Mike and his office crew. But yes. And so you get this bottle with like a $20, profit on it. And before you know it, you're saying, wow, I can do this. This is my business. I can work as much as I want. And maybe this could be a way for me to earn 6 figures. So that's the way I've learned. You can ask Lynette, any of you that know her. I was like, Lynette, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to sell her the $2,000. I don't know how to talk about this. But over the past 6 months, I've gotten that lexicon, that language. But more importantly, my faith that that's the right recommendations for people. And you'll all have different ways of doing this, and you'll all have clients and customers and community that benefits differently. But I just wanted to share that.
Yeah,
I think we're
absolutely.
almost done
Yep.
with the presentation. I think, yeah. Well, oh, right. This is just your discipline. Go ahead. Walk it through real quick.
Yeah. So this is defining your network, but really I've been learning that your network is everyone. Right? A lot of our eye partners are just, I mean, anywhere they're at. This is really about, again, sharing, getting the fear out of that. You want to list it daily though. You want to have that focus. You want to, get your auto ship, because you want to make sure, again, to be healthy, right? We got to be able to take it. So we got to make sure that we are, having that set up. And you want to focus on 5. It could be really daunting when you start doing something like that, and then you feel like you have to think of 100 people, but not really. You can really focus on 5. And that model that Mike is really teaching us and we're learning from is that, that those five can bring in the next five and the next five and the next five. And these five are people that are going to have certain characteristics, right? They're going to fit this, the passion. They're going to really feed it into our values, and they're really going to want to grow in that capacity that we showed earlier in whatever, whether they're at the 100 or the 499, or they're just, really going to move this forward as their business, and then extend it, right? And maintain inventory, because the opportunities can keep, can come in many different ways. Next thing, you may have someone that could have a storefront, right, that you can make business with. So there's opportunities. And what I'm seeing and what I like about IQMK is that they're creating opportunities as they come, and they're just, going with this growth, and maintaining, having events, having fun. And a lot of the people in here, are all about the wellness of fun. I'm going to call it, right? Because fun brings wellness to our life. And I felt like I've been missing a lot of that. And we can, because we've had a really crummy year, or last year and a half, right? And we need some of that. So, and we really have to, protect our tribe and our mindset by letting negative people go. And it's okay. We're going to have a lot of no's, but we've had other no's before in our life. So this isn't any different. And I'm learning that, right? We just move. We just move, and we keep the path. We keep our integrity. We keep being, positive. We keep taking care of ourselves and others, and things are going to make way for us.
And I think I'm not going to go through this. I can do that with you guys, but we've been talking a lot about Orlando. That's January 13th through the 15th at the Avanti Resort and Conference Center. Tomorrow night at this time, there's going to be a really in-depth discussion of what that event will be, and the pivotal impact it can have on your life. And the drum roll slide. Is this the next one?
Oh, come on.
It's frozen. See, that's what always happens when I set something up.
It was working, and now it's not moving forward.
Okay, well, no, it went backwards. More resilience. We need more muscadine. You can't get it through to Mike. Mike, we're stuck on you. Well, we put a slide in here that really talks about the backstory of Mike and his commitment to a company that builds hope and health around the world, and that we see that servant leadership every day that we work with him. So on that note, I so appreciate everybody staying on the line, everybody listening to a brand new presentation. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and direct message me or ViVi. And as usual, ViVi, in your just unsurpassable way, please take us out. And thank you again, everyone, for believing in this podcast and supporting it as you do.
Yes, we really, truly appreciate that from our hearts. And we wish you a resilient rest of the week. And let us know how we can help you. Let us know if you have any questions about Orlando. And we'll see you next week with Sarah for some more great, amazing information on how can we move our life forward in health and in wealth. Have a great week. See you next time.
Bye-bye, guys.